Coming up with romantic meals can be difficult, and I understand it. You just don't have the ideas. Coming up with romantic meals is very, very easy for me. I love my wife. I love to cook. The two of them come together, and Heather has been my muse since culinary school. So if your wife didn't turn you into a chef for her own enjoyment, I want to share with you some of the things that I cook on a daily basis that are great romantic meals, and the reasons that I choose these meals for romantic meals. It certainly has to do with the visual appeal. They need to be absolutely beautiful. It has to do with the palate appeal. They need to taste really, really good. But I'll tell you the secret that I throw in. I try and use as many aphrodisiac foods as I can. Those foods that have myth or lore behind them that are supposed to excite the senses and bring your loved one closer to you. All right, I don't know if it works or not, but I know just the process of creating a meal, making a great meal for the one you love is an aphrodisiac in itself. Let me show you some of the things that I've made over the past few days and weeks and why I would choose them as the most romantic dinner ideas that I have. Raw fish can contain high levels of iron, perfect for testosterone production. Plus, asparagus is packed with potassium, calcium, and vitamin E, giving strength and stamina to the body. Plus, asparagus looks like, well, I'll leave it at that. Black beans were outlawed by the Catholic Church centuries ago because they were too nubile, too reminiscent of a fetus, and thus would excite passions and create sin. Black beans are high in protein and said to increase fertility. Oysters and clams and shellfish have long been associated with fertility, and oysters a particular favorite of legendary lovers like Casanova. But modern science tells us that oysters, clams, mussels, and other bivalves are loaded with zinc, key to performance for both sexes. While oysters have gotten most of the lore and fame of aphrodisiac qualities that remain today, scallops were thought to have even more potent fertility even before oysters, and the scallop shell is the symbol of fertility for the Roman goddess and Greek goddess Aphrodite. Herbs and spices have always been rare and expensive until modern day, and most explorers of centuries past were in search of herbs and spices. The more rare the item, the more lore and myth that surrounds it. However, fresh herbs do release an intoxicating aroma that awakens many senses beyond taste. Eggs are the symbol of birth. It's just about the only embryo that we eat. It's not surprising that they've long been associated with passion and fertility, and it was thought that raw eggs consumed before consummation increased sexual vigor and fertility. Today it's known that the high-quality protein found in eggs metabolizes quickly in cell structure. The aphrodisiac lore behind avocados comes from its appearance. At the same time, they were seen as resembling a testicle by the Aztecs and thought to be too suggestive of the curves of a woman to many other cultures. But the truth is that avocados have the highest level of protein that you can find in a plant. Only animal proteins are greater. One of the simplest meals to assemble, but the most effect from a romantic dinner standpoint, can be simple steamed shrimp with one of the easiest and best dipping sauces you can come up with, from a jar or make it yourself. But lobsters, crabs, shrimp, and other shellfish are high in iron and essential fatty acids that are said to improve performance. Capsaicin, the heat in hot peppers, increases heart rate. It dilates blood vessels, it deepens the breathing. Eat some hot wings or some hot Indian food, and your body will react as if you're in love. Strawberries are the signal of spring all over the world. They arrive when all the birds are singing and all the bees are gathering honey. The heart shape and the sweet red juice of strawberries have given them special place in aphrodisiac lore. And combining strawberries with cream or chocolate gives you two elements to excite. And to enjoy the flavor and aphrodisiac qualities of chocolate, you don't have to wait for dessert. Chocolate is great with any meal of the day. If you add chocolate chip pancakes or chocolate chip scones, along with a chicken mole BLT and mole pesto shrimp over white and wild rice, then you've got chocolate every meal of the day. Sure, you can go out to dinner, you can go to a restaurant, and I'm a professional chef, so I would never discourage someone from spending their money at other professional chefs. But I can tell you that you're gonna wait for a table for a long time, and how about that $200-300 dinner bill, huh? How'd that hit you? Look, you can make restaurant quality meals at home. Use some of the ideas that I've shown you, and just the act of putting a meal together, of cooking a meal together, the two of you concertedly together, or presenting it to your loved one, that's aphrodisiac enough. So consider these romantic meals, and I'm sure this type of cooking will most definitely improve your life.